Would everyone please remain standing and join in the singing of the national anthem, led by members of the class of 2022, Cameron Allen, Dylan Campbell, Rachel Crodell, Joseph Miller, Michaelan Schmidt, and Natalie Wilson. Afterward, remain standing for the invocation, please.
An invocation gives us just a moment to center ourselves before we get caught up in the pomp and circumstance of this monumental occasion. Take a deep breath. You made it to the finish line, so please join me in a spirit of prayer and reflection. O great God of many names, we thank you for these years we've had together. We have studied, researched, laughed, cried, readjusted to new normals as we navigated unprecedented times, squeezed in episodes of Netflix shows in between classes, burned privies, and made lasting friendships. Now is the time where we cross the threshold of new beginnings and bittersweet goodbyes. May we be present together in this time of celebration, celebrating our accomplishments and preparing our hearts for what's next. We give thanks for those who have guided us, supported us, and helped us make it to this point. Amen. You may be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to our 157th commencement as we honor the Franklin College class of 2022. Today is a celebration of true accomplishment by an impressive group of students who have successfully met not only the challenges of academic rigor and personal growth over the past 4 years, but also the unique challenges of masks, social distancing, campus evacuation, testing, vaccination, isolation, quarantine, more testing, and more vaccination. You learned to dine while conversing through plexiglass, arrive for class, wondering which friends disappeared overnight for 14 days, and you learned to genuinely, unequivocally despise Zoom. But amazingly, inspiringly, you endured all that with good attitudes and reasonably good humor, and most importantly, you succeeded in spite of it. You persisted, and you remained focused on learning and growing. and you found creative ways to still have fun. You have every reason to be as proud of yourselves as we are proud of you. With the exception of your families, nobody shares that pride more than our faculty and staff. They helped you navigate this unique experience, picking you up when you were down, pointing the way when you were lost, and cheering loudest when you figured it out. You share a bond with professors, coaches, and mentors which will last forever. Like all such institutions, Franklin College is most accurately defined by the quality of its graduates. Their personal and professional accomplishments, the mark they make on the world, speaks volumes about what we do here and how we do it. We now proudly point to you and your exciting future as the most recent evidence of the exceptional value of the Franklin College experience. Wherever your future may lead, I hope you will carry forth the ideals and values learned or refined here. I hope you will think broadly and deeply, speak knowledgeably, honestly, and humbly, act decisively but thoughtfully, and lead confidently, ethically, and fairly. I hope you will also carry forth a special love for this place that will only grow stronger in the years to come. You are Grizzlies forever. Congratulations. Please help me welcome some special guests with us today. We're pleased to welcome family members of honorary degree recipient James Dew, trustee and alumnus, class of 1982. Could we please ask his wife Jill, brother Dan, and sister-in-law Susan to stand? Welcome. At this time, we recognize the Franklin College Board of Trustees. These leaders give generously and tirelessly to the institution in many ways. To bring greetings on behalf of the board, please welcome Chairman Peter T. Kangany, class of 1980. Pete.
Thank you, Carrie, and good morning to our parents, family members, guests of our 2022 graduates, and especially to you, our 2022 graduating class. Carrie mentioned the Board of Trustees, and I just want to echo their tireless efforts to continue to drive positive change here at Franklin College, and I invite them to stand as a group at this time and be recognized. Graduates, today is all about you. All here today recognize the diligent efforts, long study hours, and determination that you've put forth for the past several years to get to where you are at this moment. Many of us have sat where you are, but no one has experienced your exact road to success. You navigated your course, and you earned the many well-deserved accolades coming your way. Having said that, don't forget your supporting cast, your classmates, our amazing faculty, your many friends, but most importantly, your family. This morning's ceremony is the beginning of wherever your plans take you next. Some of you are already looking forward to that next chapter of your life, a brand new career, furthering your education, or perhaps some long-deserved travel to recharge. And we wish you the best wherever your course takes you. But for now, I challenge you to stop and soak up what you've accomplished thus far. Take credit for a job well done. I'll allow those closest to you to shower you with hugs and love because you deserve it. This is your day. Bask in your glory. But before you leave campus today, take one last stroll down Dame Mall. Stop and listen to the bells emanating from Old Main. and lock in your best memories of your time here at Franklin College. Your graduation today is a once-in-a-lifetime event. Know that you have positively changed your future, and while I know you're all eager to move on, stop and take it all in. This is a day you will always want to remember. And although you've earned one of life's greatest gifts in your education, never lose that thirst for lifelong learning, as it's a gift that always gives back. Embrace the challenges before you, continue to hone your skills, and own your decisions. Finally, remember that all roads lead to Franklin College. On behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, we're so proud of you and all your accomplishments. Go Grizz and have an amazing day.
I'm honored now to announce the recipient of the 2021-22 Clifford and Paula Dietz Award for Faculty Excellence. The Dietz Award is given by a vote of the trustees upon recommendation of the President and the Vice President for Academic Affairs to a faculty member who has demonstrated extraordinary dedication and commitment in service to the college. This award provides a prize of $5,000 plus a professional expense allowance of $1,000. The award is provided through the generosity of former trustee Clifford Dietz and his wife Paula, who left their heartprints on the campus in so many meaningful and supportive ways during their lifetimes. The 2021-22 Dietz Award was presented by the Board of Trustees during its fall annual meeting to a faculty member who truly represents excellence in all aspects of her work. Please join me in recognizing Dr. Stacy Hain, Associate Professor of Mathematics. It is now my privilege to pay tribute to two distinguished guests through the awarding of honorary degrees, the highest honor Franklin College bestows. As a matter of protocol, I call your attention to the replica of the Liberty Bell. By Franklin College tradition, this bell is rung to mark distinction. Following the awarding of an honorary degree, it is rung 4 times. When we deliver degrees to the students, it will be rung once for those graduating cum laude, twice for magna cum laude, and 3 times for summa cum laude. In addition to today's degree conferrals, we were pleased to award last evening the honorary degree Doctor of Divinity to our baccalaureate speaker, the Reverend Dr. Troy Jackson. Congratulations, Dr. Jackson, and thank you for your inspiring baccalaureate message. Board of Trustees Chair Pete Kangany will assist in conferring today's honorary degrees. We ask the audience to please hold your applause until after the ringing of the Liberty Bell. Dean Flora, please present the first honorary degree candidate.
James Dew, please come forward and join us. Franklin College recognizes James Victor Dew today for the service, leadership, and philanthropy demonstrated throughout his journey from student to graduate to trustee to board chair. His accomplishments over the last 4 decades epitomize Franklin College values, and his contributions reflect profound Grizzly pride. As a Franklin College graduate, Mr. Dew is a part of the diverse and dynamic Alumni Association that teams with passionate, engaged, lifelong learners who leverage their skill sets to help impact the world in countless positive ways. He has done precisely that since earning his bachelor's degree in business from Franklin College in 1982, then his Master of Business Administration from Butler University in 1990. Mr. Dew's professional accomplishments in the financial services industry are extensive and exemplary, including his current role as Senior Vice President and Head of Client Credit Risk and Policy for Northern Trust. He previously was Head of Banking for the Global Family and Private Investor Office team. Prior to that, he was a new business development specialist in the U.S. Institutional Sales Group. That Mr. Dew is nationally recognized today as an industry expert in financing not-for-profit entities is the culmination of his professional integrity and talent. The unique point of view Mr. Dew brings as an alumnus and financial services professional complements his leadership role on the Franklin College Board of Trustees, helping to inform his decision-making and deep desire to act in the best interests of the institution. Further, his contributions as immediate past chair of the board and past chair of the audit, finance, and investment committees were exemplary, helping to advance the institution in critical ways. Mr. Dew's continued contributions to the executive, president's, and physical facilities committees are greatly appreciated, and he has remained a valued trustee since his appointment in 2003. In recognition of Mr. Dew's distinguished career in financial services and for unwavering dedication to his alma mater, Franklin College is proud to confer upon him the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters.
By the authority vested in me by the trustees and with the approval of the faculty of Franklin College, I confer upon James V. Dew the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which throughout the world pertain to that degree, and in token of which, deliver this diploma and invest you with the appropriate insignia.
Jamie Marasotis, please come forward and join us. Franklin College recognizes Jamie P. Marasotis today for his life's work and an unyielding commitment to progress and human prosperity. From philanthropy and education to human work and talent development to public policy, he demonstrates remarkable dedication that makes him a globally recognized leader. As the Lumina Foundation's president and CEO, Mr. Marasotis leads efforts to transform America's learning landscape and make educational opportunities after high school more accessible, lifelong, and relevant for a global future. A highly effective communicator, analyst, and innovator, he undergirds the Foundation's collaboration with education and business leaders, civil rights organizations, and business leaders, policymakers and individuals who want to reimagine how and where learning occurs. Mr. Marasotis previously was co-founder and president of the Institute for Higher Education Policy in Washington, D.C., and prior to that was the executive director of a national commission on college affordability. These career experiences helped influence how he views work and learning and inspire his thought-provoking books, America Needs Talent, and Human Work in the Age of Smart Machines. The Washington Post, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and other notable outlets also have published his writing. Further, he is frequently pursued as a media commentator and contributor. Mr. Marasotis has extensive experience as an advisor and consultant in Southern Africa, the former Soviet Union, Europe, and other parts of the world. He also is a Council on Foreign Relations member. His genuine concern for all humankind is further reflected in volunteerism, including service as a past chair and continuing trustee of the Council on Foundations in Washington, D.C., as well as the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. Additionally, he is a valued board member of the Central Indiana Corporate Partnership and the Indiana Chamber of Commerce, among others. For his far-reaching professional and philanthropic contributions, Franklin College is proud to confer upon Mr. Marasotis the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters.
By the authority vested in me by the trustees and with the approval of the faculty of Franklin College, I confer upon Jamie P. Marasotis the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which throughout the world pertain to that degree, and in token of which, deliver this diploma and invest you with the appropriate insignia. Congratulations, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Dew, and Dr. Marasotis. Jamie Marasotis is one of the most important thought leaders in the world today, and we are honored to welcome him as our commencement speaker. Through his philanthropic and policy work, Dr. Marasotis brings widespread critical attention to the importance of post-secondary education and to the significance of lifelong learning. His research and his extensive historical data make a strong case for both, illustrating their critical roles in enhancing individual prosperity and in advancing our society. Dr. Marasotis' most recent book tells why an education that cultivates human capabilities like creativity, critical analysis, empathy, and ethical reasoning is more important now than ever. He explains that these human skills must go hand in hand with education and technical training because people will need both throughout their lives. The mission of expanding access to post-secondary learning opportunity drives his life's work and keeps Dr. Marasotis at the forefront of the education sector. He is widely admired for his unrelenting resolve to effectively prepare citizens for the work of the 21st century. As an institution grounded in the liberal arts, but eagerly embracing innovation and technology, Franklin College shares Dr. Marasotis' passion for providing transformational learning opportunities. Please join me and the class of 2022 in welcoming Dr. Jamie Marasotis.
Good morning. Thank you very much, President Prather, for this honor and for your leadership. You know, in just about every way to measure someone in your important role, you've excelled, leading the college at a time of what we can only describe as great societal challenge, yet still enrolling more students, expanding student diversity, introducing new tech innovation and digital fluency initiatives, and pursuing a vision to prepare students not just to be responsible citizens, but also leaders capable of making our nation better when it comes to fairness and justice and compassion. For all of these things, I want to applaud you and the entire Franklin College team for the extraordinary work. You know, the most important word I have to say is just one: congratulations. Really, congratulations. I am thrilled to be with all of you on this life-changing day. For me, graduation is always one of life's great milestones, but what you've accomplished goes well beyond the academics. I mean, think about it. Each of you participated in at least one internship or research project. Many of you completed several. You got hands-on experience with the digital tools that will, of course, be part of your world going forward, while also learning to appreciate the importance and beauty of the liberal arts. You learned that diversity and equity and inclusion are not weaknesses, but rather America's decisive competitive advantage. And you did all of these things while grappling with the disruptions of COVID, sharing a sense of shared responsibility for the health and safety of the community, demonstrating grit, character, and flexibility under challenging circumstances. And along the way, I'm sure you had the support of others, dedicated parents, relatives, faculty, and mentors, and more. I salute all of you for this shared accomplishment. Beyond congratulations, though, I want to thank you. You might not realize it, particularly on a day like this, which, you know, is rightly focused on celebrating personal accomplishment, but the degree that you've earned benefits all of us. That's because the power of learning will not only continue to change your life for the better, it will also help to ensure our collective success. A better educated nation is a healthier nation. It's a nation where people are eager to contribute to their communities. It's a nation where people can tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. The future of America depends on people like you today, now more than ever. Now, let's be honest, commencement speakers are often chosen based on some stellar accomplishment or position, a political leader or a statesman or stateswoman, a titan of industry, a renowned scholar, a champion athlete, even a popular comedian. T. Swift, I ain't. But I'm not even sure I have this honor because of my long tenure as CEO of Lumina Foundation, which is focused, as you heard earlier, on large-scale national systemic change in education and training after high school. But I think I am with you today because for a long time, I've talked about what millions of people like you who are entering or re-entering the workforce after an extraordinary learning experience will do in a world where everyone has an opinion about the work of the future. Now, one thing to make clear is that I like to make a distinction between future of work, which you hear a lot, and work of the future. And it's not a semantic quibble. In today's complex world, I think we have to acknowledge the very notion of work itself matters. When people say future of work, I think some of them are questioning the basic idea of work and its value. And I think they're wrong, and here's why. Over the past decade or so, we've seen an almost obsessive focus on the so-called future of work in the international media, in academic studies, in books, and in policy discussions. Most fall into what I've been calling the robot zombie apocalypse camp. The dominant narrative is one of massive job loss fueled by rapid advances in artificial intelligence. And I'm sure you've seen some of those headlines yourself. And frankly, as the parent of a son who's just finished his first year in college and a daughter who's a few years away, I can understand your concern. But at the end of the day, we know that technology has always played a role in both job creation and job destruction. And it's quite possible, in fact, I think probable, that technology will very well create millions of new jobs as it has in the past. But that doesn't mean that things aren't different this time, because they are different, and we need to pay attention to how and why they are different. The work of the future is going to change almost everything we take for granted about jobs and employment, as well as the nature of what we have done here at Franklin, education. What's different are the tasks that humans will need to perform, as well as what people expect from the work that they're performing. As technology advances, we should assume that any task that's repetitive and predictable, mental tasks as well as physical ones, will eventually be performed by a machine. We're well accustomed to robots on the factory floor and ATMs dispensing cash, but a recent study forecasts that nearly half of the work in industries as diverse as retail, agriculture, and food services has the potential to be automated. So at its simplest, human work is the work that only we as humans can do. It's rooted in our intelligence, our drive, and our values, all things that distinguish us from those machines. But we'll need to prepare for this new era of human work by developing our human capacities, like compassion and critical thinking and ethics and interpersonal communication, in learning environments like this, as well as at work and in our daily lives. Now, the skills for human work are sometimes referred to somewhat dismissively as soft skills, but I think of them as durable skills. They're durable because of their lasting value. And we know that because in survey after survey, employers tell us that they are looking for these very things. They need what you've developed here at Franklin, durable skills like communication, problem solving, teamwork, genuine curiosity and humility, and a strong work ethic. And it's not just surveys. When I talk to CEOs from places like Cummins and Salesforce and Eli Lilly, I'm struck by how many of those leaders throughout the companies that I've referred to have backgrounds not in tech or in some other field, but in the liberal arts. People have this odd idea that your major is your pre-job description, but it's not. It doesn't define what your job is going to be. The great strength of your education today and in the future is that as technology continues to evolve, all of these things, the critical thinking, the problem solving, the human communication traits that are so important now, they're going to be even more important in the future. To see the power of our human traits, we need to only look at the ideas of the person who this institution is named for. As Walter Isaacson describes him in his best-selling biography, Ben Franklin was America's best scientist, inventor, diplomat, writer, and business strategist, not to mention his hand in the invention of a new kind of country. Franklin's Promethean life reminds us that the origins of education weren't all about job training. A leading figure of the Enlightenment, Franklin would have been appalled by the suppression of inquiry and investigation into any scientific phenomenon. His whole life was built around the idea, I don't understand something, so I'm going to try to figure it out. That figuring it out led him to tame lightning, chart the Gulf Stream, and create inventions as varied as bifocals, clean-burning stoves, and a musical instrument so popular that Mozart and Beethoven wrote pieces for it. The fact that he did this without the benefit of formal education should remind us that life-changing habits of inquiry can also take hold outside of the classroom. That's the real education, the real treasure from this Franklin that will accompany you throughout your lives. Not only the technical and digital fluency, regardless of your field, but also those human traits that will serve you well in the years ahead. Curiosity, compassion, creativity, ethical reasoning, collaborative decision-making. Among Ben Franklin's many exemplary characteristics, I'd like to leave you with two that are especially timely. The first is tolerance. Tolerance was a recurring theme in his humorous tales and more serious letters, which was all the more remarkable given the rigid Puritanism of the society in which he lived. As testimony to Franklin's positive influence, when he died, his funeral procession was led by all the clergymen of Philadelphia of every faith. In one of the most famous phrases of the Declaration of Independence, Jefferson originally wrote, "We hold these truths to be sacred and undeniable." Franklin replaced sacred and undeniable with self-evident, an edit from someone who preferred Enlightenment thinking to fundamentalism. He strongly believed he could best serve God by serving others. Which leads us to the second trait to recover today, Franklin's civic-mindedness. As Walter Isaacson puts it, few people have ever worked as hard or done as much to inculcate virtue and character in themselves and their communities. Even en route to becoming the most successful printer in America, Franklin was constantly launching various civic improvement schemes, a lending library, a college, a volunteer fire corps, an insurance association, a matching grant fundraiser. He refused to take patents on his many inventions to ensure that everyone could benefit from them. And when his mother once questioned this practice, he responded, "I'd rather it be said that he lived usefully rather than he died rich." Graduates, while few of us will ever rise to Franklin's level of achievement, his example is a reminder of how to live and to lead with your humanity, your tolerance, and your civic-mindedness. Think about what those values mean and what they have in common. A concern for others, an understanding that what we do as individuals, it affects all of us. I think you understand that, and that's part of why you're at Franklin. You know that a sense of mission helps to drive your ambition. You know that education equals more economic success and better jobs for individuals. But you can also see that a better educated population reflects the racial, cultural, and social diversity that's been a hallmark of the American experiment for more than 2 centuries. As it was with Franklin, in a defining quality of our national experiment is the idea that tolerance must embrace our differences. Those differences now, today, exist when it comes to race, to gender identity, to religion, to immigration status, and to a host of other factors. We know that our differences make us stronger together, including the growing number of first-generation students, which many of you are, a group that includes both President Prather and myself. The public good at the heart of all of this, access to education and opportunity, serves our shared interests and ideals, which includes more compassion and empathy for others, greater appreciation for each other without bias about our origins or beliefs, deepening levels of trust, and an ability to sort truth from misinformation. As I said at the outset, the future of America depends on people like you, today more than ever. As you take your next step with not only your valuable technical and digital skills, but also your invaluable human ones, I'm confident America's future is in very good hands. So again, congratulations on your achievement, and thank you very much for allowing me to be a part of it.
Thank you, Dr. Marasotis. Dean Floor will now present our student academic honors.
I am delighted to recognize outstanding members of our graduating class. Earlier this semester, we recognized these seniors at our Spring Honors Convocation. You can find the full list of seniors who have earned academic honors this year in your commencement program. At this time, will those who received academic awards, departmental awards, and initiation into honor societies please stand and be recognized? The Gold Quill Trophy is one of the most distinguished awards given to a student at Franklin College. The recipient is chosen by the faculty and is recognized for excelling in academics, in campus leadership positions, and in community service. I am pleased to present this year's award to Madison Short. Madison, please join us on stage for this recognition. Our last award is the Scholarship Cup. This cup is presented annually to the graduate having the best scholastic record for their 4 years at Franklin College. I am delighted to present this cup to 3 recipients who tied for this honor. We first invite Andrew Montgomery to come to the stage to receive recognition for this honor. Next, please help me welcome to the stage the second recipient of the Scholarship Cup, Landon Tack. now, please help me welcome to the stage the third recipient of the Scholarship Cup, Thomas Witham. Certificates for all three of you. Okay, Andrew, Taylor, Landon. I'll trade you here. Got it. Many of you joining us to celebrate today are Franklin College alumni. In fact, some of you are related to these graduates, Franklin College legacies, as we call them. Next, I would like to recognize two special groups of people, and I ask that you please hold your applause until I complete these introductions. First, the Franklin College legacy families. Your Grizzly pride spans generations. You are Franklin alumni and the parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, or other relatives of today's graduating seniors. Next, all Franklin College alumni. You directly and indirectly have helped the class of 2022 through their educational journey and will continue to be a source of support. Would all those proud Franklin alumni please stand now and be recognized? Another Franklin College tradition is that faculty and staff whose family members are graduating may personally present their diploma. I will acknowledge those presentations during the ceremony. It is now my responsibility and privilege to present to you the candidates who have completed or will have completed successfully all requirements for the degree Master of Science in Athletic Training.
MSAT graduates, please stand. By the authority vested in me by the trustees and with the approval of the faculty of Franklin College, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Athletic Training, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which throughout the world pertain to that degree, and in token of which deliver these diplomas into your hands. Congratulations. In addition to receiving your diploma, the act of hooding graduate students at the culmination of their studies is a tradition in higher education. It is a symbolic gesture of faculty members approving of their pupils' transition from student to colleague.
Will the student marshals, Dylan Boswell, Corbin Lee, and Hannah Watson, please direct the athletic training graduates to the podium. We ask that you please hold your applause until all of the degrees have been conferred. Braden Matthew Augustinovich. Alicia Lauren Birch. Tyra Lee Nicole Fry. Caitlin Nicole Kendrick. Damian Thomas Miller. Katie Mae Marie Swan. Logan Christopher Wynn. Please join me in congratulating our athletic training graduates. It is now my responsibility and privilege to present to you the candidates who have completed or will have completed successfully all requirements for the degree Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies.
MSPAS graduates, please stand. By the authority vested in me by the trustees and with the approval of the faculty of Franklin College, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which throughout the world pertain to that degree, and in token of which deliver these diplomas into your hands. Congratulations.
Will the student marshals please direct the Physician Assistant Studies graduates to the podium? Again, please hold your applause until all of the degrees have been conferred. Madeline Renee Atkinson in absentia. Michelle Lynn Bartlett in absentia. Chaz Christopher Casey in absentia. Mallory Brianne Cast in absentia. Tyler J. Chahowski in absentia. Sierra Marie Corbin in absentia. Mercedes Sky Cox. Josiah Jackson Dick in absentia. Rebecca Lynn Greiner in absentia. Stephanie Nicole Houch in absentia. Caleb Matthew Johnson. Caitlin Jo Lacey in absentia. Cassidy Elizabeth Mull. Mohammed Haroon Nazari. Rachel Lauren Payne in absentia. Andrea Salemi in absentia. Elizabeth N. Severns in absentia. Alexandra Jean Short. Brittany Ann Spalding. Jacob S. Stemper. Emma Christine Stout. Quentin Wayne Tingle in absentia. Brittany Sierra Vandy Vender. And Mackenzie Lee Willman. Please join me in congratulating our PA students. It is now my responsibility and privilege to present to you the candidates who have completed or will have successfully completed all requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts.
Bachelor degree graduates, please stand. Easy now, I haven't made this official yet. By the authority vested in me by the trustees and with the approval of the faculty of Franklin College, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which throughout the world pertain to that degree, and in token of which, deliver these diplomas into your hands. Congratulations.
Will the student marshals please direct the bachelor's graduates to the podium? A reminder to please hold your applause until all of the degrees have been conferred. Okay. The rest of the bachelor's candidates can take a seat. Cameron Corinne Allen. Emma Ray Ahrensdorf. Avery Alexandra Otten. Gwendolyn Louise Bailey. Brittany Erin Ballard. Bennett Christopher Bile. Austin Braden Boyer. Olivia Reagan Brewer. Madeline Mackenzie Bright. Carter Michael Brown. Cameron Douglas Brown Beenagle. Casey Deanne Brown Beenagle. Nicholas James Burke in absentia. Lauren Marie Burker. Lauren's diploma will be presented by her father, Doug Burker. Benjamin Wesley Burton. Dylan Michael Campbell. Wyatt Alton Carmack. Haley Paige Carney in absentia. Claire Elizabeth Castillo. Elliot Allen Clark. Justin John Clary. Isaac James Combs. Samantha Elaine Cornelius. Mercedes Rose Covalt. Annie Marie Coy. Matthew Richard Cranley. Destiny Monique Cross. Addison Carey Sikos. Gregory Dante Darden. Henry Metner Davidson. Abigail Lee Davis. Allison Paige Davis. Amy Christine Davis. Nolan William Davis. Reagan Elizabeth Day. Taylor Lynn Dixon. Jarrett Reese Dodson. Olivia Victoria Aker. Anissa Colleen Edwards. Riley Madison Elder. Qasim Owen Elhabrush. Michael Wayne Ellis. Nicholas Paul Elmendorf. Griffin Imbrecht. Timber Brooke Phelan. Brock Allen Finkbeiner. Vincent Lee Fletcher. Emma Noel Foley. Christopher Brandon Foote. Macy Suzanne French. Andrew Alexander Frey. Jada Aaliyah Gaskin. Allison P. Guti. Andres Guerra. Brooke Ann Hayflick. Emily Kate Hales. Alyssa Robin Harmon. Mackenzie Ray Harold. Cameron Lee Harris. Bradley Keith Hartman. Lily Mae Hayes. Lily's diploma will be presented by her soon-to-be uncle, Mark Wright. Corey John Heath. Madison Taylor Hendricks in absentia. Aubrey Francesca Hernandez. Garrett Robert Hill. Samantha Sue Hinkleman. Evan Michael Hosey. Garrett Wade House. Margaret Rose Jaggers. Ellie Ruthann Johnson. Jordan Lane Johnson. Brianna Marie Kemmerer. Kitley Ann Kern. Lucas Dimitri Klein. Michael Raymond Kinnett. Caitlin Marie Korth. Matthew David Kraus. Rachel Ann Cradell. Catherine Jane Lauer in absentia. Matthew Joseph Lee. Matthew Alexander Lemming. Bryce Patrick Listener. Sydney Lee Logston. Ariana Caitlin Lovett. Cameron Lee Maccabee. Ethan M. McLean. Nicholas William McClanahan. Maggie Beth McComas. Ty Matthew McCory. Elijah Jamar McDonald. Andrew Roy McFarland. Ryan Joseph McGillum. Jennifer Lee Cheyenne McGuire. Joseph Elijah Miller. Andrew Robert Montgomery. Carly Lynn Morris. John Philip Mosley. Bryn Elizabeth Newland. Jessica Bryn Nix. Grace Catherine Rose Ati. Tyler J. Persfield. Anna Catherine Perkins. Madison Noel Pfeiffer. Jason Curtis Pig. Tyler James Plackey. Michaela Rain Plymail. Ryan Walker Poole. August Blake Proctor. Carolina Puga Mendoza. Garrett Lee Ramsey. Sydney Marie Rose. Elizabeth Renee Roseman in absentia. Austin M. Rausch in absentia. Anthony Robert Ruhana. Addie Marie Rund. Cody Ray Russell. Noah Joseph Ryan. Brogan C. Sanders. Reed Eric Sauter in absentia. Olivia Gray Saylor. Robert Thomas Skaggs. Abigail Grace Schumann. Michaelin Corinne Schmidt. Tony Ray Schmidt. Lauren Elizabeth Schold. Ian Gregory Same in absentia. Grace Catherine Schaefer. Cameron James Shake. Madison Lee Short. Alan Robert Showalter. Hope Elizabeth Schrum. Kara Elizabeth Simon. Casey Ernest John Smith. Garrett Michael Snyder. Nathaniel Henry Spears. Lauren Victoria Spina. Luke Christian Splater. Evan Thomas Stambaugh. Case Stephen Starkey. Christopher Michael Steeb. Ryan Paul Conrad Storm. Luke Eston Stewart. John Michael Sinerich. Lucas Freeman Swan. Tanner Young Swindle. Landon Yamin Tack. Angel Abraham Tapia. Austin Michael Terrell in absentia. Micaiah Raylene Thomas. Allison Paige Thompson. Lucas Ralph Thornton. Haven Dawn Tunin. Alexander T. Turner. Zachary Keith Tuttrow. Analia Ann Urton. Hannah Noel Vatland. Grace Ellen Vickers. Aaron Elijah Ware. Lindsay R. Wakefield. Bailey Michelle Walker in absentia. Lindsay Nicole Walker. Lacey M. Watt. Colin Jeffrey Wedding. Chelsea Marie Beth Horton. Zachary Tyler Wiley. Kenaniah Allen Williamson. Natalie Nicole Wilson. Kyle Joseph Winkler. Thomas Abraham Witham. Taylor L. Wooten. Mackenzie Beth Yoder. Colin Stephen York.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Bren Newland, who was selected by her fellow graduates to bring remarks on behalf of the class of 2022. Bren is a native of Bloomington, Indiana, She is an elementary education major. She served as Vice President of Member Experience for Pi Beta Phi and Vice President for Recruitment for the Panhellenic Council. She recently was named Franklin's Sorority Woman of the Year. She also served as Director of Morale for the Franklin College Dance Marathon, as a launch mentor, and as a resident assistant. Bren received the Student Award for Woman of Distinction. She will begin her career as an elementary teacher in Bloomington next fall. Please welcome senior speaker Bren Newland.
Thank you, President Prather. As I get to look out at all my friends in the audience, I am so lucky to see so many familiar faces. This group is accomplished, this group is kind, this group is resilient, but most importantly, this group is really good looking. To everyone in the crowd or joining online, I'd like to say thank you for everything that you have done to guide and support the students that we are celebrating today, because I cannot imagine myself or this place without them. I'm lucky to have shared this campus and the past years with this group of soon-to-be graduates. It has been an honor watching you grow, and I am better for having known, studied with, worked beside, and laughed with so many of you. But for now, here we sit in our neat little lines, in our cute little hats, sharing this place one last time before we start going off in new directions. Let's take in the moment. We did it. And there are no words to perfectly describe our experience here, but I want to thank my peers for giving me the opportunity to at least try to do any of it justice. We are different people than we were when we first arrived at Franklin, and Franklin itself is a different place than when we first arrived. It's going to be a different place for the freshmen who fill our seats in the Franklin College Science Center, in Old Main, in Saga, and in Hamilton next year. The Franklin they will experience is not our Franklin. They won't know Steve and his infamous orange chicken that came with a side of stories and wise words. They won't know the Segway that rode up and down Dane Mall that possibly flattened a squirrel outside of the chapel. They won't know Russ and his flip-flops. And they won't know Atticus, the golden retriever who made friends with everybody he knew. And they also won't know the absence of bells ringing at every hour, an absence that we all experienced before this year. But what they will know is the Franklin that we are about to leave. They will know the memories made in LC basement late at night. They will know the friendships that will mold them and that will last far longer than the 4 years here. They will know the support of staff and faculty who pushed us, advocated for us, and were there and helped us get to who and where we are now. They will also definitely know Saga Belly. That's not going anywhere after we leave. But to get to this moment, these last moments before we do leave, every single person in front of me has gone through times of quiet joy and intense struggle. We've had things fall into place one day and had major or minor issues the next. We have learned and forgotten, we have achieved and failed, and we have probably eaten our body weight in ramen or Taco Bell. We've changed majors, we've changed friend groups, we've changed our hairstyles, hobbies, or habits. We've laughed and we've worried, and we've grieved and celebrated, and so much of this we have all done together. We also lived through a whole pandemic. I don't know if you guys know that little thing that happened for a couple of years, but it's hard not to mention it. The class of 2022 experienced a Franklin that, quite honestly and hopefully, no one else will ever have to experience again. While millions of other college students were melting away in isolation in front of their laptops, we had the incredible privilege of being here. The grief and fear that was felt around the world still had its places here on campus. We missed the members of the community who could not return to campus out of their own concern for their own health or health of a loved one. We likely made mistakes while making snap decisions, but we did our best, and our best did make a difference. While many people I know and love suffered the very real effects of isolation, we were connected. We sat in classrooms, we asked questions, and we looked people in the eye while we agreed or disagreed with them. We ate dinner with friends, even if it was separated by a huge sheet of plexiglass. but we still had the ability to knock on our professor's door to ask questions about class or life after graduation. We were still learning, still being mentored, and still being invested in. I still spent every day surrounded by students, faculty, and staff who were making sacrifices so that we could all be together. And this was more than a scramble to adjust to unprecedented times. This was just Franklin. This community's eager, genuine commitment to serving and investing in each other is rare. And I've come to know this commitment as one of the most valuable parts of my education. And as these graduates leave today, I know that each of you are setting out to invest in your own communities. As time goes on, you will become skilled professionals. You will become mentors, or perhaps partners or parents. You are leaving Franklin equipped to strengthen whatever personal or professional community you find yourself in next. And we are all going to mess up so many times. And we are going to be disoriented or uncertain at others. And I'm sure many of us feel that way right now as we head out into the world to sort out whatever comes next. But don't worry, despite the mess-ups, despite the disorientation and uncertainty, there will be moments of clarity. There will be periods of contentment and 100 simple happinesses that you haven't even dreamt up yet. You will be teachers, nurses, accountants, sure, but you're also going to be really good dog owners, you're going to be considerate neighbors, and adequate t-ball coaches. Whatever reckless joys or nagging worries you experience, I believe you will be equipped to muddle your way through. You will be, as you were here, good to your friends. You will be, as you were here, eager for a good time. And graduates, whether you've lived and breathed Franklin or you look around and feel like you're on a different planet when everybody talks about what Franklin means to them, I'm so happy that you are in this seat today. You have accomplished something incredible, and the fact that you are here speaks volumes of your hard work, dedication, and resilience. And soon, all of us will hear the bells ring one last time while we are all together. And this time, instead of rolling your eyes or plugging your ears, I hope you cherish it. Because later on today, when we all go our separate ways, the absence of a ringing bell will no longer be a memory of the past, but a reality of our future. These graduates that are here today are surrounded by so many of the people who have shared their lives with, and the people who have cheered them on or cheered them up. And graduates, if there is someone who you love who is missing today, I hope you can feel how incredibly proud of them they are, and we will be cheering extra loud on their behalf. So as we sit in our cute little lines, in our cute little hats, it's natural to reflect on the things we leave behind us, or the things that lie before us. But above all else, today we celebrate the things that we hold within us, those strengths, hopes, and values. Many of them cultivated on this very campus will carry us far. Grizzlies, you are going to do amazing things. Let's go Grizz, and please join me in a celebration of the Franklin College class of 2022.
Thank you, Bren. Graduates, please stand. Now that you have received your degrees, I invite Bren to lead the class of 2022 in the traditional act signifying graduation. Graduates, before we conclude, it's appropriate that you be given an opportunity to recognize two groups of people who have been instrumental in helping you arrive at this moment. First, let us acknowledge your families. I invite the graduates to please express your appreciation to the loved ones here and those watching at home who have supported you throughout your college journey. And graduates, please also take this opportunity to thank the faculty and staff who have served as your mentors, challenged you to do your best, and inspired you to reach this moment. I invite everyone to now please rise and join in singing the alma mater, led by graduates Cameron Allen, Dylan Campbell, Rachel Crodel, Joseph Miller, Michaelin Schmidt, and Natalie Wilson. Please then remain standing through the benediction and the dismissal of the American flag. Once the flag exits the gymnasium, please be seated until the recessional has been completed. Thank you all for joining us today.
Dear graduates and community, would you receive into your heart this, a final blessing for your time here? This is a blessing for the class that started in so-called normal times, faced a global pandemic and shifts to the way we did college, and fought to restore organizations and traditions when we all returned. You have learned adaptability, and this is a gift forged in fire. This is a blessing for the class that navigated deepening political divisions and a growing consciousness of the injustices of the world. You have practiced learning different perspectives and approaches to building a more just world, and you take this gift with you into the struggle. This is a blessing for a class of graduates who have made us proud, who have worked to make dreams come true. You brought energy and compassion and perseverance to this campus, and those are gifts you now share with the rest of the world. Whether you know your next steps or not, rest assured that you have what you need to set out, and you do not go alone. So may the God of new beginnings go ahead and behind and beside you all of the days of your life. And may you feel that love and blessing through those around you at every stage. Amen.
One, two, three.